What the vault is to the United States gymnast Simone Biles, the 100-meter butterfly is to the 5-time Olympian Michael Phelps. The shortest individual race in Phelps's Olympic program has always been his toughest. His 3 consecutive victories, starting at the 2004 Games in Athens, came by a total margin of 28 hundredths of a second. In his previous 3 finals, Phelps had never been better than 5th after the first 50. In Friday night's final, he turned 6, more than a half-second behind the leader, Joseph Schooling of Singapore, a rising junior and All-American swimmer at Texas. Phelps chased Schooling in the last 50, but Schooling could not be caught. He clocked a 50.39, faster than Phelps swam in any of his Olympic victories. "As a kid I wanted to be like him," said Schooling, who got his photograph taken with Phelps before his 8 gold medal performance at the 2008 Olympics in Beijing. "It's crazy to think of what happens in 8 years," Schooling said, adding, "A lot of this is because of Michael. He's the reason I wanted to be a better swimmer." Phelps tied for second with Laszlo Tsa and Chad Leclos in 51.14. How fitting. Phelps has been racing against the 30-year-old Tsa for over a decade. His rivalry with Leclos, while shorter in duration, has been more intense. Leclos handed Phelps his first butterfly defeat at the Olympics in the 200 in 2012. At Leclos' suggestion, the silver medalists interlocked hands and raised their arms like relay members as they stepped to the medal's podium. "I think it was a great thing, because we are good friends, and we have a long history together," Tsa said. "It was right to do that." Advertisement. Continue reading the main story. The degree of difficulty for Phelps, 31, as he tried to win a 4th consecutive Olympic title was compounded by the cumulative fatigue from his gold medal turns this week in 2 relays, the 200 butterfly and the 200 individual medley. His legs felt leaden, but his heart was light. After 2 years of hard labor in the pool and harder self-reflective work out of it, Phelps said, "I'm enjoying the sport like I did when I was an 18-year-old." He brought to the 2-lap race, his 62nd swim in Olympic competition, and his last in an individual event, an appetite for the fight and an acceptance of whatever outcome was in the stars. Phelps took comfort in knowing he had put in the work and prepared well, in contrast with his haphazard, half-hearted approach to the 2012 London Games, where he relied on gall and guts to win 6 medals, including 4 golds. "I've been able to stand on the block and say I've done everything I could to prepare myself, and that's all that matters," Phelps said. At the post-race news conference, Phelps sat next to Schooling. After answering several questions directed at him, Phelps playfully protested. "Joe should be getting most of the questions," he said. "He just won a gold medal." Phelps said he was proud of Schooling. Seeing his time gave Phelps permission to retire. "The next generation is alright. Being able to close the door on the sport the way I wanted to, that's why I'm happy right now," he said. After this 200 IM final/100 butterfly semi-final Thursday, Phelps said, "I kind of knew when I first started coming back that it wasn't going to be an easy process. I was going to have to force myself to go through pain that maybe I really didn't want to do. I was at a point in my life where I was ready to do that, and willing to do that." With 26 Olympic medals, including 22 golds, Phelps stepped on the blocks knowing that win or lose, he had achieved more than would have seemed possible in 2000, when he was a lantern-jawed 15-year-old finishing 5th in his first Olympic final. "I think the biggest thing for me is I've kind of been able to finish the way I wanted to," he said. "I've been able to come back, and I've been able to accomplish things that I just dreamt of." The appreciative crowd at Olympic Aquatics Stadium, which greeted him with sustained applause, included Phelps's fiancée, Nicole Johnson, and the couple's 3-month-old, Boomer, who was somehow able to sleep despite the